So glad to have you. Why don't you call out a little bit who you are and where you're from while we're waiting and admitting people? Who'd like to start? Call it out. Who are you? Where are you from? I see Lyle. You start, Lyle.
Sure. Hi, Jill. Hi, everyone. Uh, my name is Lyle Benjamin. I'm the founder of Planned Acts of Kindness, which is a nonprofit global organization working for the betterment of kids, people, and the planet. And I'm from New York, and I'm happy to say that we're launching our global app coming this week in advance of a bunch of initiatives that we've got going. So look forward to going ahead and meeting all of you, finding out what you're doing and how we can help you be successful and achieve your objectives in conjunction with our organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Lyle. Welcome. Okay, and Jennifer, if you'd say your name and where you're from.
Sure. I'm Jennifer Lynn. I'm a certified herbalist, a sound and soul healer. I work with vibrational medicine and shamanic healing. And I'm coming to you from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Wonderful, and welcome. And Michelle, welcome. Let us know who you are and where you're from.
Hi, Jill. Yes, my name is Michelle Salinas. I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I am a business consultant. I help small business owners find hidden profits in their business without having to spend on marketing or advertising. So I'm happy to be here.
What? Wonderful, and welcome. And Cindy, tell us who you are and where you're from.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. I'm Cindy Kosis. I am in Fort Worth, Texas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I provide content marketing services for real estate professionals, as well as listing services.
Wonderful, and welcome. Thank you. I love seeing my clients here who've been in my publicity courses and my Get Your Book and Publicity Done course. So welcome, everyone. Carrie, tell us who you are and where you're from.
I'm Carrie Wolf. I'm in Connecticut, and I provide email management and calendar management to my clients.
Wonderful, and welcome. Patrick, tell us who you are and where you're from.
Hello, Patrick Long. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm an author. This year I published a book, a memoir. My wife passed from breast cancer last year, and I wrote a story about her cancer battle and our lives. Published it back in June. It hit bestseller list on Amazon. That's who I am, Patrick Long, St. Louis, Missouri.
Wonderful, and welcome. I probably won't get to everybody. To just pick a few more. Daniel, welcome. Tell us who you are and where you're from.
Oh, thanks, Jill. Yes, Daniel John Hanneman from McHenry, Illinois. I'm a channeler. I train people on how to scan other people's energies if you're into all that sort of stuff. I am an intuitive business coach. So I help spiritual entrepreneurs, healers, light workers, all that good stuff. So I'm grateful to be here, Jill.
Thank you. Glad you're here. Melinda, welcome. Tell us who you are and where you're from.
I'm Melinda Lockhart, Dallas, Texas, and I'm a business first responder. Right now, I am working with City of Dallas and the Dallas Women's Center and the DEC, working with businesses that need to pivot, need to tailor themselves a bit for this, new way of working and living. And normally what I do is I normally help businesses that need to achieve strategic growth and help their leadership achieve better ways of working.
Beautiful. Thank you and welcome. And I really just want to welcome everybody. I see familiar faces, I see new faces, and just thank you for being here today and honoring kindness. So exciting, because that is so important, as we know. I'd like to start it. Mary Beth, were you able to find that wonderful story? I want to start it out. This is from my book, The Profit of Kindness. And there's a young man out of New Hampshire. So his grandmother, excuse me, was dying literally in the hospital from cancer. And what happened was he, went to the hospital and sat with her, and she said she really wanted soup, and that the soup at the hospital was awful. And what she really wanted was Panera's clam chowder, except that it was, let's see, it was Tuesday, and Panera didn't make their clam chowder till Friday. And he called up the hospital, the Panera Bread in New Hampshire, and he said, explain what was going on. And the woman very quickly said, not only will we make you the clam chowder, and basically, kind of to heck with the policies, right? Because sometimes kindness is the only way. She made the clam chowder, then a box of cookies appeared. And look at this posting on the slide. I just think this is really interesting, because I'm always such a proponent that, kindness creates not only, of course, profits and beautiful things in your world, but also great publicity, great publicity. And if you notice, there are over, 303,000 views, right, of this story. The woman who basically took the call said, she's now a regional manager. Panera Bread, of course, ended up with great publicity. And then on top of that, look at what else happened. We're talking about it. So I just think that's really key to look at. Where in your life are you doing kindness in action, right? I just think this is such a beautiful story. We'll come back, Mary Beth, thank you so much. And take a look at where in your life. And the other thing is that I want you to do a conscious act of kindness every single day. I know people talk about random act of kindness. I think it's a conscious act of kindness every single day, right? So that's something good to ponder on and make sure that you're doing consistently and persistently. So in The Profit of Kindness, which is my fourth book, and Mary Beth, let's go ahead and make sure to mute everybody just while we're talking. I don't know who that was, but yeah, thank you. And so one of the things we want to talk about is doing a part of kindness. In Profit of Kindness, we have 7 return on kindness principles, right? And so what does that mean? It means that there are 7 ways to create kindness every day. Okay, so I'm going to read them off, and Mary Beth's going to post them, because we're going to do a fun interactive exercise. And in this hour, just so you know, we have multiple times that we do breakout sessions. I want you to meet each other. I like to say that in my space, connections occur, right? And so my intention is for you to have and create connections today, and to be served in your business, to be served so that kindness moves forward, and to have a good time. So a couple pathways to kindness. 1, generosity, compassion, gratitude, positivity, flexibility, patience, and connection. And so I want you to write those down. That's what I've found is some of the best pathways to kindness. In The Profit of Kindness, I really interviewed multiple businesses, small businesses, larger businesses. Kleenex was doing a kindness campaign. Honda has done a big advertising campaign. Dignity Health has done the human kindness campaign, right? So lots of great places are doing and putting kindness as part of their marketing campaigns. Pay attention to that, right? Because when it hits the marketplace in this kind of big way, the good news is it's penetrated the marketplace. And I think that's really important for you to know. So with that, take a peek, take a look at what one you need to work with, because in the next group, we're going to have you talk about which of these would be good for you to work on. And I'll just tell you, when I was writing the chapter on patience, I called the utility company and got put on hold for, I don't know, what seemed like a tremendous amount of time. I always think that's really funny that, of course, I'm writing the chapter on patience. And what happens? Everything comes up to test my patience. I'm sure you've all experienced this, but I want you to look at which of these in your life do you need support? Do you need to practice a little more? Are you practicing these? And I think it's good reminders for all of us. Mary Beth, would you tell us how many people are going to be in the group and how long we're going to go? Would be great. And if you're talking, you're on mute.
Yes, we're going to have 3 to 4 participants per room. So we're going to do a total of 9 minutes.
Okay, so thank you. When you get into the room, do me a favor and assign a timekeeper. And what I like to do is go under the time. Don't go the last second, right? We purposely give you 9 minutes, so maybe each person gets 2 minutes to talk is probably a good thing. And then you can transition and then have another moment afterwards. Okay, so that's probably a good amount of time. So just quickly assign a timekeeper and make sure to, maybe I think another great way to do it is the person who goes first then picks the next person and just rock and roll so that you're expressing about what, and the question is, which of these pathways do you need to practice just a little more? All right. So we're going to send you to breakout rooms and looking forward to seeing you when you get back. Take care. Have fun.
Be sure to click on join.
Let's pause the recording. Mary Beth, go ahead and pause the recording.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. We just see the click on join, and we're talking about the 7 return on kindness principles, and which one are you practicing the most?
Okay, go ahead and pause the recording and bring me back to gallery, would you? Yeah. And welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you had some good interaction in there. Welcome back, everyone. I'd love to hear from some of you about what happened. Please, who'd like to go? You can raise your hand in the chat, would be really good. We'll take a few shares and then we'll go into another circle of interactive connecting and networking. So good to see all of you here. So good to see so many familiar faces, clients, and friends,
Jill,
and new faces. Just delighted you're all here.
Jill, we had a
Yes,
question
please.
in our room. I apologize to interrupt. We wanted to share our contact information with each other in the chat, but we weren't sure if we were permitted. We just wanted to get permission first.
Well, thank you for asking. Actually, in the chat in the private rooms is great. That's fine. Yeah, yes. And if it was someone particular, you could maybe reach out to them via private message in the public chat, okay? Would be great. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. And who'd like to share? What happened in there? What'd you learn about yourself or about others? take my cat to work day. He seems to want to be all over me. This is Soul. He's 18 and he's blind. He's very precious.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yes. Who would like to share? Do me a favor, raise your hand in the chat or raise your hand in the box, in the Zoom box.
I'll share,
Anyone?
Jill.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to give a plug to Jill. I've taken two of her courses, and when she says she's generous with contacts and connections, she really is. So I just want to say thank you for that, Jill. And secondly, I met 3 amazing women in my breakout session, and we found that we had some common denominators. And we're interested in learning more about one another's businesses. So I think we're going to reach out during that chat. But the words that came up in our group were consistency, patience, and flexibility.
Yes.
So we had some interesting discussions around those topics.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. And thank you for the kind words, Cindy. I appreciate it. Good to see you.
You too.
Beautiful. All right. And one more. Let's take one more share. Come on. Come on. What happened in the rooms? This is always the part I can hardly keep everyone quiet.
Hi, Jill.
And I see Deborah. Deborah wants to share. Yes. And then Deborah, you're going to be next. Go ahead, please. Hi, Ashton. How are you? Good to see you.
Trying to share, but you didn't see my hand.
Thank you. Go for it.
Okay. Let me just say first, before I say anything about our room, if you want to save the chat, you need to save the chat in the breakout room separately, so that with the 3 little dots on the right, because otherwise your chat won't be saved. And then you can, I ask everyone to put their contact information in that. We had an amazing group of people, a missionary in Trinidad, and a man, Lyle, who has written a book that he's sending out to survivors, people who have lost a loved one during COVID. And this is just amazing. And everybody in the group was working with something really, really interesting. Our kindness, everybody is pretty kind. Everybody is pretty kind. A couple of us had some problems with connections, and yet we found that doing connections during COVID is a little bit easier than in person, because you have an opportunity to meet people from all over, and it's not as threatening as having to go outside and actually meet people. So that was our room. It was really wonderful.
Oh, that's so great. And I'm delighted to see you again. And what a wonderful, there's never any accidents. Who's in the room? And please, definitely, when you're in the next room, go ahead and, type in the chat and save the chat so you can stay connected to each other. We love that. And thank you, Ashton, for sharing.
You're welcome.
And Deborah, I saw Deborah's hand up.
Yes, so we had a lot of wellness people. So we had a shaman, a Celtic shaman. We had a channeler, and we had someone that does, and I do tax planning, and we had someone who does wealth and wellness for the Black community. And so, yeah, everybody seemed really kind and interested in each other.
Oh, phenomenal. I know it's really fun to see who each other is, right? And so my question is, when you're networking, when you're out there in the world, and Ashton, to your point, what's wonderful, what I find wonderful in this time is that we have an ability to reach people quickly, connectedly, in all kinds of environments. So I'm really going to encourage all of you to take this moment and really reach out in new networking groups, in new places that you haven't ever tried before. I see Christy Karate's on here, and she helps run a group called Connections, right? There's a group called Happy Network that's really wonderful, that I love. There's all kinds of women's groups and things happening out there. So I'm going to really encourage you to use this time to reach out in such a good way, in such an easy way to people that'll really, really help you. Now, before we go on to the next group, I have two things to tell you. One is I'm really thrilled. World Kindness Day is November 13th. November 13th. And in celebration of that, we are going to have our first kindness summit. So it will be like this and even more. Some amazing, wonderful speakers that you've probably heard of in like TEDx style talks, and also kindness circles and things we'll do together. So I would love to invite you, and we are having it on November 13th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. So please join us with that. It's going to be really a special, sweet event. It's going to be another opportunity for you to spread kindness, to be kind. We're going to have a blue ribbon ceremony from a woman, Halise Bridges, who has helped over 40 million people know that they've made a difference. We're going to do that ceremony together. She's got a blue ribbon that says "Who you are makes a difference." We're going to have a beautiful mindset expert, Deborah Poneman, who's got a great program, Yes to Success, and just some amazing interactive with you, most importantly, right? So another great opportunity. We'll have multiple circles, multiple connections, and great ways for you to interact. So Mary Beth has put it in the chat. It's thekindnesssummit.com. Please go register, show your support. We've made it very, very affordable, and we so look forward to having you in that Kindness Summit. It'll be once a year on November 13th, celebrating World Kindness Day. Let's keep that energy going. Secondly, Cindy and Ashton and Melinda and Melissa, quite a few of you here have actually been in my, Lyle too, thank you, and Christy, in my virtual publicity course. So as maybe most of you know, I am actually a publicity expert, wrote the book Guerrilla Publicity. And what I do is I help you get your name out there, visibility building, creating that recognition you deserve. And I teach a virtual publicity course. It's live and interactive with me, and no nonsense, and get it done. And what I've done for you during the pandemic as a kind offer is made it very, very affordable. It's frankly the best price it's ever been. And so if you are in a place where you want to get your name out there, create more recognition, and do it in a way that's simple and easy, in the course, we actually do the documents and get it done. And then you have templates you can use for every project you'll ever work with. So how you register is you go to publicitycrashcourse.com and put in the code "Stay Visible." And that's all lowercase in case sensitive. Come on in, let's get your publicity rocking and put your name out there, because it's time, my friends. No more waiting for anything, and getting your name out there in spreading kindness in the world. Now's the moment that all of it needs to happen. This is our moment, the people, for kindness, for putting yourself out there, and for creating that recognition factor that you're all meant to have and that you deserve. All right, what I'd love to do now is have you go into another circle. And what we're going to do, and Michelle, if you have a question, maybe private chat it to Mary Beth and we can get that answered for you, would be great. And what we're going to do now is have you break into circles, and we're going to ask you to give and receive. What does that mean? I found people are great givers. They sometimes need to receive, right? And so I think that's a good practice to be in. So in this group, you will have, I think what you should do is basically do like a minute apiece and say what you need, right? And when I say what you need, this could be personal, this could be something about business, and put it out there. What is it that you need next and that would help you? It's the group's job to then give you resources, referrals, connections, right? And our focus here is to give you good connections and help you with what you need next. That, my friends, is spreading kindness. Help others with what they need next. And as a good practice, I will tell you a great question to end any conversation with is, what do you need next and how can I help you? I know those are two questions. Let's call it two questions. What do you need next and how can I help you? So as the speaker, you'll say, hi, I'm so-and-so, and here's what I'm working on, and here's what I need next. Okay, and just put it out there. And then be quiet and let people give to you. Because we're going to have Mary Beth, would you tell us logistically how we're doing here in terms of time?
Once again, there'll be 3 to 4 people per room, and we'll do a total of 9 minutes to make sure everybody has time to share. And just in case this is your first kindness circle, the rooms do get broken each time so that you're matched up with different people. Sometimes you get stuck, not stuck, but you get placed with some of the same, at least one other person, but it's totally random.
Random in a good way. All right. Thank you. All right. Have fun, everyone. Enjoy. Go spread kindness. Remember to press join when she puts it on the screen. Hey, hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope that was fun for all of you. You learned something, you gave something, you received something.
We need more time.
Learned something, gave something, received something. Always, honey, always, always, always. Which leads me to, listen, being a media expert, I'm just going to mention this because time is so crucial, right? And, so for example, when you have short time, one of the things I always want to say is go under the time, right? So when you're in a group and someone says you got 9 minutes, shoot for 7 minutes, and that way, and divide the time however appropriate, just as a general rule, because it helps and makes a difference. And Michelle had actually mentioned Happy Network. So we'll post that about how to get a hold of them. And if there's some great networks that you think are really good, please go ahead and you can post that in the chat right now. If there's some good networks that you know of, because I want you all to keep your name out there, keep your word out there, keep focused out there. And I think that's really good. One of the things that I could really use help with is, would you help me spread the word about the Kindness Summit? And so take that link, thekindnesssummit.com, and please post it in your social media, invite your friends. And that would be marvelous, because we are really looking to have a fantastic inaugural event with over 100 people. That's my goal, and I want you part of it and to play with it. And it's really important that we establish the energy of kindness right now, because frankly, we all need it. I'm sure we can all agree about that. And it's really a key element in the world. So would really appreciate that. Please post it, please spread the word. That's what I need next. And be very grateful for all of your help on that. What we're going to do is we're going to take you into another group. And again, we'll do 9 minutes, 3 to 4 people. So remember, when you first get in there, maybe do I just think a minute of talking and then be receiving for another minute and then switch. And hopefully you're all doing timekeepers and getting people, everybody complete. And then you can kind of just, as I like to say, hang out with whatever else happens, right? But that's what I find really works. A minute of expression, a minute of receiving, and you don't even have to, use all that time of the expression, but a minute of receiving is beautiful. With people helping you, posting in the chat, and then switch, pick the next person. That'll give all of you enough time plus a little bit extra to play with. So that should help if that helps. And we always need more time for kindness, right? Always. All right, we're gonna put you into the next room and go for it. Mary Beth, have fun, everyone, and we'll see you back here in 9 minutes. Okay, and welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a great time. Let's hear some wonderful comments for what happened in there with you. Let's hear some comments and open discussion. What happened in there for you? Hope that it was fabulous, connected, and miraculous.
It was fabulous. We were
Didn't
on fire.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. We really
Oh, yay. We love that.
and connected, and I really enjoyed the experience. Thank you.
Oh, I'm so glad. You're welcome. My pleasure. And thank you. Who else? Oh, you can raise your hand in the chat or raise your hand in the box. It's a little harder to see, but go ahead and raise your hand in the chat is really good. Thank you, Daniel. Yes, always wonderful people are attracted to kindness. Don't forget, please, or let's phrase that positively. Please remember to register for the Kindness Summit, and please help spread the word on your social media posts and to friends. Thank you to those of you who invited friends here today. That's how kindness keeps generating. So I would really appreciate if you would post it, let people know about the Kindness Summit on November 13th. And we posted it in the chat, the link, which is thekindnesssummit.com. Michelle, you've got your hand raised, please.
So all the groups I attended today were all different people, and there was just so many great opportunities for partnerships and just to support. So I am super ecstatic right now. Feel very, very grateful for this opportunity to be able to give and receive and keep the cycle going. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome, Michelle. So glad you're here. And the giving and receiving, you brought up a really important point, right? Like, how do we keep the cycle of kindness growing? It's the give and receive. And I'm going to tell you, even in those days, and we all have them where it's like, oh boy, whatever's going on in our life. So one of the things I do that's always a winner is I practice a conscious act of kindness every single day. This is my, call out to all of you. Practice, please, a conscious act of kindness. It could be as simple as sending a text, thank you for who you are, sending, kind of I call it a little love bomb text, right? It could be acknowledging someone for who they be in your world, right? And the difference they made. I get these beautiful thank you notes from my publicity courses, and it just touches me deeply. It could be anything that works that for you is an expression of kindness, right? It could be opening the door for someone, asking your neighbor if they need help, giving a smile to someone as you pass on the street, even through the mask. The eyes show it. So please keep being kind, everyone. It's really important. It's really key. And you make a difference. You make a difference in this world. And so your kindness makes a difference. Who you are makes a difference. Your gift of yourself makes a difference. And my, shall I say, so to speak, last words to you until we see each other at the Kindness Summit on November 13th, celebrating World Kindness Day, is to keep being kind. Keep practicing conscious acts of kindness. Stay connected to each other. Stay connected to yourself. Take good care of yourselves. And I will see you November 13th. Have a blessed and beautiful day, everyone. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, everybody.
Ciao.
Lots of love. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, and thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jill.
So welcome.
Everyone.
Talk to you soon, Joe.
Perfect.